Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're still staying safe a bit in these ridiculous markets. I mean, Bitcoin is doing fine, and we'll take a look at Bitcoin in this video. But I also wanted to talk about the markets a little bit, of course, this morning, because overnight, I mean, if you check out the total three. We have dropped down a massive amount. As you can see, we spiked down like in a matter of 12 hours. Or in a matter of a day, like since yesterday afternoon, the altcoin market dropped down 22%, and there's altcoins that drop down much more even, much more than that. So massive spike overnight. Now, I personally did not expect that. I mean, yesterday in the video, what I told you, and I'm glad that I told you, is that, well, you should assume. You can check out the video if you want to. It's all. I mean, the great thing with these YouTube videos is you can always watch my videos and see if I was right or if I was wrong. What I said is that, you know, you have to assume that after we broke down below 101,000, that it's most likely we're dropping back down to the bottom of the range right here, between like 95,000 and 93,000. That's what we did. That level has also held so far for Bitcoin, which is actually, I would say, that's a pretty good thing. And we're also getting a decent bounce from there right now. So yeah, purely technically, we're back into the range. All right, we found strong support, which I actually like a lot. But purely technically, I mean, getting a breakout right now above this level here at 101 and 102,000, which is now the top of the range, which is now the main resistance level. That seems hard to do, but I do think, like, the big question is as well, all right, well, was this the bottom, or will we crash down lower? And for now, I have to say that because of the reaction we've seen so far, but also because of my expectation of the fundamentals, which ultimately is the most important thing right now, and also the main thing that we need to talk about, I do think this is the bottom. But the main fundamentals that we have to talk about, of course, is the whole trade war situation. All right, so what we have seen because of all the tariffs and all of the counter tariffs, and I'm not going to comment too much on that. I mean, I did do research and I have studied economics, so I think I'm allowed to say a little bit about it. But the truth is that, well, we just don't have the information. All right. First of all, tariffs can work in a multiple of ways. I mean, we've seen in history that they've worked amazingly for the US specifically, and we've seen that they've not worked so well with other tariffs, because usually tariffs are on specific products and specific industries. We don't know how this is going to play out. And then outside of that, I mean, honestly, I still think that there's a realistic scenario that at least the tariffs on Canada and Mexico can actually be discussed and can actually be you know, that they can actually come to an agreement. I think that is still a possibility, and therefore I don't necessarily expect much more bearish momentum. Now, ultimately, the main thing, short term, all right, because the main thing we have to look at longer term is, all right, well, this is a stock market that opened much lower, as you can see, because of all the tariff fears, and then the dollar strength index also returned to being more bullish. If that's going to continue, so if the dollar strength index stays bullish and keeps rallying higher, and if the stock market actually goes into some sort of a multi-month downtrend here, all right, well, then there's definitely a chance that we'll drop down lower. But for now, looking at Bitcoin, I would say it's most likely we are going to be able to hold this level, and maybe, like, if we get good news, then we can spike up to 101 and 102,000 immediately, with even a chance to break out. Like, if there's actually, you know, fruitful negotiations, then we can do that. But for now, I would say, zooming in, it's a little bit more likely that we'll do some mean reversion, right? So that we actually spike up, but that eventually we'll also find resistance. There's a lot of resistance at 97, 98,000. That from there will kind of calm down, and then from that calm down period, on top of $94,000, $93,000, then we have to take a look at the fundamentals. We have to take a look at the development of the situation and assess, can we actually hold this range here, or are we going to drop down lower? Now, that I'll keep you updated on. Short term, I think we will not drop down lower, and this was the bottom. Does that mean you should buy coins? I already bought earlier this morning. I would say it's rather late right now, and it's much better to actually wait for some new news and new developments. But those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know for now. So if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care, and bye.